We are live. It's the Raw Wrap Up, the Raw After Mania Wrap Up on Mike Sorg at Sorgatron, high atop Sorgatron Media Tower here on the Google Hangout this week. We've got the snowball ready. Hey, is that better? Is that little? It's this interesting red glow going on there. So we'll just put that down. But no, it's part of the Wrestling Mayhem Show, WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Of course, the main show we do every Tuesday. But this, we just got done watching Raw. We're high off of that Raw flavor right now, and I got with me the highest of the raw men is Riz. I don't know what I was doing.
Get ready to fly, Sorg.
Get ready to fly. Riz plays games on the Twitter, insertcointobegin.com.
Yes.
Also with us from Poughkeepsie, New York, the only one on the show with a future endeavored letter from the WWE corporate itself is Mad Mike.
I had to find this, and I'm pretty sure I jinxed them.
Yep. Look what you did, broski.
I did it. I did it. Woo, woo, woo. I did it.
Mm-hmm. And also with us from Floodtown, USA, he is also from InsertCoinToBegin.com, Bobby F.J. Town.
I didn't jinx my person.
Cesaro, yes! You knew. You knew going into it.
I knew going in tonight. I
so
predicted correctly.
Jeez. So where the hell do we start? It was, well, first of all, let me just start with this statement. I don't know anymore where NXT ends and the rest of the programming begins because they got the chocolate in my peanut butter and I'm kind of digging it.
But they got a lot of peanut butter in there that hasn't been, you know, it was like the peanut butter that's left in the wrapper. It's not the peanut butter that you eat.
It was people we wanted on from NXT on the main roster.
Yeah, mostly. Mostly. I don't think Apollo Crews is quite ready, but okay.
Yes.
I think he is.
I think he's over ready, dude. I think that guy showed up ready. What is he missing at this point, right?
Personality.
Personality. I mean,
have you seen half of the guys?
Have you seen Bobby Lashley? I mean, he's.
I never said Bobby Lashley had personality either.
Right, like some of these guys, I think he's one of those guys, like maybe like a Neville, that just overperforms in the ring that makes up for what he may not have, like enough that he can go and do, like, this guy's not going to be in the title match in 6 months like AJ Styles or anything like that, but dude is going to do all right on the mid card. You know what I mean? Like, this is, like, he's one of those guys that I could see, if done right, could be having a great feud with Kevin Owens or something for a U.S. or Intercontinental title.
I just feel like he's gonna be like Ryback in 2 months. I feel that's it. It's just smiling Ryback. That's all he's gonna be. That's
okay. Hey, him and Ryback could be cool too, right? So, no, I think that's cool. I mean, so of course, hey, before we go on, any of you guys have any thoughts on Apollo Creed before we go to the rest of the
Apollo Creed died in
Well,
Rocky.
Welcome to that problem I'm going to have.
Apollo Creed had a really talented son.
Mm-hmm. But Cruz, anyways, the former, was it Uha Nation was his indie name?
Uha Nation.
Uha Nation. Sure. But no, I've been impressed with him since day one, and it's cool to see him come up so quick. No, I think it's awesome. What's that?
He was over in Pittsburgh when they came.
Awesome. And of course, Enzo and Cass, a big one against the Dudleys. Well, sort of. A great, like, that is like one of the best, like, mic introductions debuts of somebody. Like, I feel since like it harkens me back to Jericho Rock.
That's what I was thinking too.
And the best thing is they did it with the right crowd, so that every crowd from now on knows, oh, we sing along with this.
Right, exactly.
Like, this is something that we're supposed to do. We're like, my name! Like, everyone knows. Now it's going to be a thing, and it's going to be awesome.
All that stuff is going to be infectious. I feel like the NXT Friday night crowd directly transplanted into tonight.
They might have just stayed in the same arena, Sorg.
They were chanting travel packages, so I think that might have been... They might have slept there the whole time. Like, for... Yeah. They kicked out the floor so they could have all the suits and wrestlers.
Someone probably just took their iPad and hooked it up to Titantron so they could all watch WrestleMania together.
There you go. $9.99. or they found that one guy that hadn't subscribed yet, and they were good to go. So
They got their
What
free
was he
month.
waiting for?
He was waiting for WrestleMania.
waiting for this moment and this WrestleMania. The time is now. But anyways, other than that, there was somebody else that popped up today, wasn't there? From NXT. Well, we got a preview of the Vaudevillains come to Smackdown. Cool.
I really like how they're gonna start on SmackDown
Yeah.
because they get to edit shit on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna edit that
And
entrance.
maybe we'll have this where maybe they'll be a SmackDown tag team for the most part, right? Maybe we'll have kind of a mini brand split kind of happen here.
Well, we may have a maxi brand split because I'm not. Vince said that Shane running Raw tonight wouldn't go so well. It went pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So he might change his mind. Like, all right, Shane, I'm not gonna give you Raw. I'm gonna give you a SmackDown.
I said that earlier tonight on Twitter.
That could be. That could be. Okay, let's talk about that for a moment then. So it seemed odd. Yeah, I think they let the crowd do part of the promo for them.
Mhm.
But obviously they were coming around to this idea. What do you think of that kind of step back from the stipulation last night and going ahead and having it anyways? Like it seemed odd, out of character. Happy for it. I think it turns into something interesting. And Shane's not done, but I don't know what. For me, and I know Mike, I think it's more for you because I know you're the logic guy on here when it comes to your wrestling storylines. But this kind of broke down for me a little bit.
No, I thought it was fine. No.
How do you think this is okay? Please explain.
I'm going to explain it. When I was watching this last night, I'm like, I thought Shane was going through a lot because he was really showing how much this meant to him, and basically what Vince said. And as we all know, Vince's hubris is usually his undoing. Just about all of the time. All of the time. Vince, the last time Vince was like, oh yeah, we'll get Big Show and Shane, and we'll take on DX and Hell in a Cell. They ended up with their faces ass deep into Big Show. It's Vince's mouth that always gets him in trouble. And this follows suit. This follows exactly that.
Wouldn't it be great if they just part of the storyline is going to end up being them coming back next week and be like, well, the stockholders really liked Raw last week, therefore,
I would not be surprised. Vince is gonna come out. Well, I'm man enough to admit when I was wrong. Ratings are up. The crowd seemed to like it. But you're not getting Raw, Shane. You didn't win at WrestleMania. You're getting SmackDown. And then he announces a brand expansion. And Cesaro will be the #1 guy on SmackDown. Because that's who Shane brought in.
So what do you do? What do you do at that point? And I feel like we've done this. I've heard this discussion before. So if SmackDown sort of becomes an independent entity, do we have shared space with the WWE champion? Do we compete for the IC title most of the time over there and let that kind of be a bigger belt a little bit, or US title, whichever the case may be? How do you think that's going to roll?
I think like they did the first time, a shared world champion, a shared women's champion.
But maybe not necessarily split that off.
Well, no, because I thought there was going to be an issue with the brand split with how many people are injured.
Right.
But they just called up 8 people from NXT.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be fine. And we didn't talk about this. Primo and Epico are coming back as Primo and Epico, it seems.
Man, I can't wait until their feud with the Matadors.
But we are now creating 2 separate tag team divisions, it seems like.
Who would get custody of El Torito?
We have enough tag teams to run on 2 shows.
We really do, and I think that'd be great.
You got Usos, Dudleys, League of Nations, that's 2 teams. New Day.
2 teams.
You got Vaudevillains.
Not anymore. Not 2 teams anymore.
Oh, that's right. All right,
Yeah.
but still, 5. Then you got Primo and Epico. You got the Victor and Connor. You got the fucking Social Outcasts. That's another 2 teams. That we have almost 10 tag teams that we can use. That's ridiculous and
You
awesome.
can do a tournament.
Yeah. Could do a whole big thing, and
That's amazing.
that's what made the brand split work so much was that the tag team division was so deep on both shows.
It is great because it's a talent vacuum. You know what I mean? So again, so many people were missing. So it's like bring them up. It's just like when Stone Cold disappeared for a year. That's when Rock and Triple H really got out there, right? And even Mick Foley got in there. It gave other people opportunities, and I think that's exactly what's happening. I don't want to get, whereas I feel that WrestleMania missed some of those opportunities in some aspects. It did take advantage with, say, Zack Ryder and the women, right? But definitely, if you look at NXT, if you look at Raw, and again, more extensive than tomorrow, mostly when I focus on Raw, it feels like that vacuum is happening versus, well, we got Paige. Oh, hey, who's this Paige girl? And it may be some other person debuted the day after Raw. And we got how many new people that aren't even new, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And kudos to, I know we shit on him all the time, Michael Cole, with his background information on every new person that was there and the people that weren't even there.
I love a little bit of how we had him doing that. Byron was like, I know these people from back in the day, they're my homies, and JBL just plays the explain to Grandpa what's the big deal with these people.
Yeah.
Even though JBL
he's the Jerry Lawler.
He is, but he's the old timey guy. He's like talk to me about Apollo Crews in relation to how Stan Hansen is important, because that's the only way JBL will understand things in his persona at this point, which I'm adoring more and more, especially when I actually look up and see his facial expressions of cluelessness when Byron is explaining Enzo and Cass to him. Is so enjoyable to me right now.
Even though JBL was the NXT general manager for a while.
And JBL was the announcer when Cass and Enzo had their match at Roadblock. Yeah. But anyway.
Also, I just want to say that they didn't just throw those guys out there either this time.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Like, Apollo Crews had, like, a little video package, and Michael Cole saying, hey, check out this guy, he's been on NXT for a while, it's Apollo Crews. And the only ones that they actually did throw out there was Enzo and Cass, which I think, because of Roadblock, people knew who Enzo and Cass were.
No, they knew.
They know from
it was a post-WrestleMania crowd.
Yeah.
They were chanting, how you doing?
Yeah. They just didn't throw, like, guys like Apollo Crews out there, and they had, like, the video package for the Vaudevillains, which they haven't debuted yet, but... It was good to hype them a little bit.
I mean,
but they were chanting "How you doing" during the elimination.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even like I said, even when they were chanting the Bayley, hey, they want to Bayley. Michael Cole even said, "Hey."
I'm sorry.
What?
Sorry, I had to complete the ooh ah.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Michael Cole almost like it sounded like Michael Cole was on like an intercom going, Bayley is not here. She is not here.
Can somebody tell them that they're not here?
Yeah.
Bayley has left.
Bayley's not
the
here.
building. Bayley.
It's like, we don't know who this Bayley is, but she's not here.
Bayley's not here, man.
My favorite thing about when they were chanting for Bayley is they showed the wide shot. Sasha's face was just laughing.
Oh, Charlotte was smiling.
So
well, no, Charlotte was too, but Charlotte was playing up the facey thing until they stopped and she was able to do a turn. Sasha was just laughing through the whole thing because of their rivalry and everything. Like, I just love that part.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to drop a comment, but I think she was fighting, kind of being broken up over the whole situation and everything else, and trying to remember what she was trying to get to, But no, I think that was great. I think it was a great moment for the women's wrestling side. I like the presentation. I like the representation, and even looking at the girls in the ring, like you're like, guys, the dead weight is about gone, right? And even
by dead weight, you mean the Bellas.
And I don't even. They kind of represent that, don't they? Even though they were looking great there towards the end.
They were the divas.
They're the epitome of the diva, the diva era. Which I think is what we're going to call this.
I believe when Total Divas first started, somebody was like, they are the Kardashians of the WWE.
Rover.
They are like, they have the whiny voice. They have like rich and talented boyfriends, and there's
probably a sex tape of Niki Bella.
They're
Nikki and John Cena. Come on, let's be honest. They have one.
Eh.
I don't think the way
And
John-
Cena still goes over.
Mhm.
I don't think he would tape it.
Unless he was at Bubba Loves a Punch's place.
But also, can we mention while we're on the subject of women, Maurice is back? Hopefully for
That'd be my
good.
night too. I love Maurice.
Please,
Again,
I hope this is an ongoing thing, and it's going to be
He was
a
on
continuing thing
Smackdown,
between
though.
Ryder and Miz, and Dad and Maurice are in the corners.
No,
Like, are we-
screw that. I want them in the ring. I want Zack Ryder's dad to fight Maurice. I want that match more than I want Ryder versus Maurice.
I'm a little worried about
Maurice,
Zack.
yeah.
I'm a little worried about Zack Dad passing a physical.
Yeah.
Because I think, dude, like, is he a legit bodybuilder?
He's a
Is he
bodybuilder.
He's
a
legit.
bodybuilder.
So
yeah,
so he's got to be checked. So
I watched a lot of the True Long Island story.
yeah. So did I. And I love. And it also weird and strange that kind of now applies from a few years ago. I kind of hope that WWE Network acquires it for the to
Yeah.
remind us in a collection.
The DZZR that they wanted at WrestleMania, I'm like, that finally happened. When they met at the top of that ladder, I'm like, oh, they got their moment. That's so great.
That is a Marvel Cinematic Universe. You watched all of the movies, so we reward you with this little Easter egg moment for WWE.
That's when you find out Gary Shandling was Hydra.
No, rest in peace.
Spoilers.
That was our WrestleMania
Spoilers
Hydra
and-
moment.
Spoilers and rest in peace and hail Hydra.
Rip in peace. Rip in peace, Larry Sanders.
Oh, jeez. Well, anyways, we didn't even talk about Roman Reigns in the main event. By the way,
That's because no one cares about Roman Reigns.
Okay. But also, I want to make note of who we didn't see tonight. No Dean, no Brock, although I think Brock, the sentiments are he's pretty much done unless they get a new deal kind of situation. No Triple H or Steph off
No
the
Big
table.
Show, no Kane.
Well, that's fine. But Big Show
No,
Kane can kind of come and go.
No, this is a good thing. The
Yeah.
oldest person that was on this show tonight was Jericho.
Right.
The oldest person that was on the show.
Well,
Everyone else was younger than him.
Vince.
And he can still
All right, the oldest wrestler on the show was Jericho.
Shane.
Bobby, I swear, Xbox off.
Zach Dad.
That's bad.
There's Zach Dad too, but he's from his own generation, not an Attitude
The
Era.
greatest
But
generation.
the greatest, he's from the greatest generation, right? Exactly.
He had an opponent.
I could. By the way, I could listen to Stan Hansen talk forever.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so sad. I don't know that I've seen a match of his before, but I want. Why is there not a collection on the network of just all the Hall of Famers this year?
Yeah.
There really should be. They just put new ones up. I noticed today, and it was like DX. Like, really? Can we get like a Stan Hansen collection? You can. I mean, you can always search for it, and there's a few matches on there. But it's a handful. But still,
They have a lot.
A Stan Hansen
No
full.
holds bar up there. No
I don't know if I'm really crazy about watching him in Lex Luger. As much as I want to see some Stan Hansen, but
You shouldn't be.
Are you looking for a Stan handful?
I'm looking for a Stan handful.
There are no holds bar up while you're at it. WWE.
I own
would
that.
love-
Remember, Bobby?
I would love the movies. that would be
Okay,
up there.
wait. This is not raw, but I marked out when I found out that was Stan Hansen, and I've basically been living a Stan Hansen experience my entire
Yeah.
childhood and
believe-
life, thanks to No Holds
I
Barred.
didn't know it was him either.
Bobby and Lunchbox pointed that out to me during the
I didn't know it was
commentary.
Stan Hansen.
This weekend was my education on Stan Hansen. I feel like the worst wrestling fan ever that's the case. But
I didn't know either. We did the thing. We did that.
But going from that, Roman Reigns,
Mhm.
I like smug Roman Reigns.
I don't.
We're leaning into it, you know. I want to see where they go from here, and I know, like,
Well, I mean,
he's the girl at the ball that's happy that all the guys are fighting over her.
It's something different. It's something different. It's
Well, I mean, they're definitely painting him as a heel.
something.
By putting him up against AJ, they're painting him as a heel.
Hmm.
Like they definitely are, because AJ is going to get cheered over Roman.
Anybody to put in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I think they're going to play it up. And I feel like they're going to pull Roman into like that Baron Corbin spot. Like, who are you? I've been here on the grand stage. What have you been doing on the Indies? You know, kind of thing. And I think that would be cool. You know, he's like, I've proven myself. What have you done? You know, it feels like, and that's okay. Sorry, I have to plug in my laptop. I forgot to when I started the show.
Ring of Honor, AJ Styles. Oh, yeah, that is true. You could go back to Ring of Honor.
Exactly. Oh, hey, that's the one we missed. Baron Corbin officially on the main roster tonight. I thought he had a great thing there with Dolph Ziggler. I'm glad Dolph didn't
match, but that was one of the few times, and I was it was my first match, and I was kind of fearing the worst when I turned on my TV because it was the Raw after Mania crowd.
They're behind them though.
They're into it. They're down with it. It's NXT. They're into it.
During the entire match, they were kind of meh.
Well, that was
until the end.
That was when the beach ball incident happened during.
Yeah, but it shows you that they weren't really paying attention.
But still,
Well, I mean, Baron Corbin hasn't given anyone a reason to pay attention yet, other than he's debuting from NXT.
He's improved a lot.
He's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner.
Yeah. What has that done in the past 2 years? It took 2 years for Cesaro to finally capitalize on that, which means next year's Raw after Mania, Big Show's getting a title shot, y'all.
I don't want to get into that part of it. But anyways, we got our main event, which looks like a Ring of Honor main event from about 7 years ago, for the most part. But still, amazing. Like, we had a great, awesome main event to end this thing. They put a lot of youth out there tonight, and I really hope please, I hope the ratings went through the roof more than just like because it's WrestleMania weekend, and having no Triple H, having no safeties out there like that, right? I think I'm really hoping that's what it goes. Also, props, mini trombone. I've never seen that before. I kind of want one now. Francesca 3. For mini Francesca maybe, but
I assume it is the love child of Francesca and Xavier.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to touch on from tonight that we may not have talked about?
Isn't that called like a piccolo trombone or something like that? I think so. Something.
There's a lot of DBZ.
Piccolo was another instrument.
It would make sense because they did just come from Planet Namek.
Yeah. There was a lot of that. Was a whole bunch of DBZ references right there. So awesome.
Piccolo trombone is an actual thing.
Still the best ever. Still the absolute best ever.
It should have been tambourine. Tambourine is an awfully Dragon Ball Z character. Anyway, I don't think we missed anything, Sork.
All right, guys. Again, please, everybody, check things out. WrestlingMayhemShow.com. We're recording, actually bumping it up. More or less, I may have to get a client in here around the 8 o'clock hour, but more or less talking about wrestling about 8 p.m. Eastern Time, live.wrestlingmayhemshow.com every week, 10 p.m. or so Eastern Time, where we'll have the Indie Mayhem Show. Amos bringing a guest in this week. I'm hoping to have some really big guests for us the week after, and coming up on the show. We'll always have some great interviews on there. Actually, we'll hear about Eamon's weekend, WrestleMania weekend, where he didn't see any WWE shows. He went to Dallas from San Antonio just to watch indie shows, and I can't wait to hear what he got to experience out of all of that. And we're, of course, going to be talking about NXT TakeOver Dallas. We'll be talking about the Hall of Fame, WrestleMania, and I don't know, there's rumblings about maybe a new game show coming up in the ashes of Mayhem Mania even. So we're going to have a lot of fun Wrestling Mayhem Show. Check out all the articles, a lot of great write-ups. In retrospect, it'd be interesting to go read some of the write-ups that Matt Carlins did over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, especially the singles matches and making those important, your first singles matches at WrestleMania, being the first for guys like Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles and all, like, and how did that apply? I think it's go check it out. We got a lot of really cool stuff, and of course, Mad Mike over here in Poughkeepsie, New York, he is part of the Midweek War, where he's talking about all the Lucha Underground's, Impact Wrestling, NXT, Ring of Honor, every weekend. A lot of attention out there at Mad Mike 4883 on the Twitters.
That is me, Sorg. We will be talking about everything this week. Oh my God, so much stuff coming up. So much stuff.
Awesome. Also, Riz plays games on Twitter. Or, I'm sorry, on the YouTube and Twitter as well.
Yes, both. I'm probably going to try to do some YouTube videos today, sometime this week. I actually have time. So be on the lookout for that. A lot of cool things heading my way, Sorg.
Awesome.
By the way,
Yeah,
hi,
of course.
Brian.
Hi, Brian. What? Bobby, you have J-Town, of course, of InsertCoinToBegin.com.
Hi. We have boss battles coming up.
Yes.
Thank you.
And he explains to me, since I don't get the commercials because I have the app feed for USA, so I just get the little music interlude, he's explaining to me in a new podcast concept what commercials I'm missing. Since I don't have cable either, but I do have legalized USA Network without the commercials.
Just so you know, Chris Hemo's Best is on right now.
Most
By
of
the
them.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it at all. I'm okay not paying for this.
Jeff Foxworthy getting shot out of a cannon.
It was also
boy.
nice to see the return of Titus O'Neil tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, it was in a
In
Universal
Pog
Studios.
form. I mean, Pog form.
Thank you, everybody. It's a lot of fun, and thank you, everybody, for watching. A lot of you guys out there watching the Raw Wrap-Ups on Facebook, YouTube, or listening with your ear holes on the iTunes. Thank you so much for subscribing and listening, and we'll see you guys next time.